can't change yours. Oops, we're live. Hey.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, yo, it's the Business Cousins podcast, hosted and sponsored by HLS Collective. I'm yours truly, your Better Questions coach, Bruce Hill, and one of my favorite cousins.
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
Colo.
Hey, guys, how you doing this week?
I'm fantastic. Introduce yourself for the folks that may be the first time.
Yes, I'm Tasha Cooper Ware. I am the CEO and founder of HLS Collective, Healthy Lifestyle Collective. We do lifestyle management for those of you who know what to do but need to be made to do it. You know?
I really appreciate these conversations. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
We started off, I forget, we just hit record like on Google Meet or something.
Yeah.
And then we said, man, this really wouldn't be the worst podcast idea. Because there's always that conversation we all have. Maybe you've been drinking a little bit, you've been partaking. We should start a podcast.
Yeah, we were definitely sober when we said it.
Yes, for the record, sponsors. But we said, okay, well, where can we create some conversations that are meaningful, that can provide insight, that can provide some advice to folks on the journey? So shout out to Tasha. She's been coming up with all the themes and topics. I love this one. Success is loud. Discipline is quiet.
Yes.
That's our topic for today. What does that mean?
It means success gets the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see it. You're like, oh my God, they're so successful. But they don't see all the grit that goes into it to get there. You know, like on a daily basis, which you have to put in 1% of to get to that success. It's not a magic success wand that people are just, at least not in our demographic, maybe for others who have some head start. But in reality, if you're really going to start something from scratch, like we both did, like the idea didn't exist. Yes, there are personal trainers, but there were no lifestyle management 6 years ago, to really bring it all together. And with Bruce's better question, something so simple that needed to be said and needed to be shared that could really change your life. But I don't think anybody sees, even today's podcast, like how much work goes in to like being ready. Is the mic right? What's the lighting doing? Those are the things that after a while, they will become second nature, but you got to just do it.
There's a lot to unpack. We will be here for 4 hours.
Indeed.
I will say personally, this is right on time for me. 1 second.
Yes. Almost allergy season.
Man. I made a bunch of calls last week. I called every incubator accelerator in the state of Georgia to create a sales program for them. And I was feeling really frustrated because, half the numbers were bad. The other 25% were wrong. Another 25% didn't answer. And I was like, man, I felt like this is the discipline is quiet part. You can't really brag about, I called 40 people and 30 of them couldn't even get connected, right? It's tough to brag about 75% fail rate. But today, someone called me back and he said, I got your message. I was on vacation. And he's telling me about he went to the islands in Barbados. We had a good old conversation. He's like, well, listen, Bruce, you seem like a real nice guy. He's like, I'm going to introduce you to the director of the program. I was like, yes. And so that's where the work you did yesterday, the results show up today. And I needed that reminder. I hope that helps somebody else.
Absolutely. Similar story. I did what Bruce said because I read his book. And one of the things we took away from it was to just go back to go back to the people who already appreciated you. And if it's not them who want to sign up, maybe they can refer you to someone else. And I did exactly what he said. And I would say out of the 50 people I contacted, I scheduled 10 and 7 closed.
Let's go.
Yes, I didn't tell you. Yeah, I didn't tell you. I got 5 that closed last week, but it was interesting because consistency is what did it. These are the people that were consistent with me circa 2021, 2020, and then they stopped. So now,
why did they stop?
Because personal training is not, and wellness coaching is not always linear. There are some people who stay in it forever. And then there's others that they give themselves reasons, well, I got it. And then before you know it, they've gone the other direction again.
So interesting. So okay, so two things I want y'all to take away from that. If you fell off your success path, don't feel guilty. Let's help you get back on track. Reach out to
Mm,
hlscollective.com. Let's get you back on track, health and wellness, right?
yep.
So two, it's okay to get some help. And which is parallel to the first one. You don't have to feel guilty for getting a little help. You don't have to feel guilty for getting a coach. It's to help prevent the detour. It's help prevent that lapse. You look up, it's been 6 months, it's been a year. It's helped to keep you on track. And so learn from the mistakes other people make.
Yeah.
I'm glad you called them and get back on track. That's so obvious. So coaches out here, it's the takeaway for you. Go call them back.
Go call
Don't
them
text
back.
them. Don't
Yep.
email them. Go call them.
Although I did do text, I used a script. I use a sales script text
Okay.
to start because the times that I have to that fit in with my time block are usually on the later side.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, okay, well, if I do it during this time slot, then that gives me time to respond and get to more people at once. And I schedule the call because
Okay.
that's the thing about personal training. It gets real personal real quick.
Yes, please. Unless you have, no, I should say for the general population, do not try and book business through text. While it is possible, it's very transactional.
Mm.
And you're right. I do both. I made calls today, made 25, and everybody also got a text.
Mm.
What I want to avoid is you seeing a text because you're afraid of rejection. You're afraid of what they're going to say. It both is good. And you're like, oh, I'm busy. Don't tell me you're too busy to make money. Don't tell me that. You're going to piss me off.
None of us are rich enough yet. Getting there, working on it.
So, I mean, you're an outgoing person. You're friendly, but phone calls is aggravating. It can be a little boring even at times. How do you? This is the quiet part, right? Oh, this is the discipline part. How do you exercise the discipline to pick up the phone when there's a million other things you could be doing in your business?
So what I started doing now is I started putting it in my schedule just like it's a client. So when I look at my day, I know I'm like, okay, I got client calls because otherwise it's easy to go to do other work because I'm a CEO to get done. There's always something, payroll, there's always something. But to make it time block, well, no, this is non-negotiable. And especially now that I've seen success with it, I'm like, oh, it's extra non-negotiable because whatever else I thought I was going to do, this is what actually made the ROI was higher. So,
Man, we need to change the name of this podcast to like Gems. So first of all, you schedule it. And I'm glad you said that out loud because I did not schedule it. And there's a lot of things that could have got done that didn't get done because I did not schedule them. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate the reminder. And then what was the last thing you said about the ROI?
I realized whatever else I was going to do or I would have been doing had I not scheduled it, the ROI is higher on actually doing the call and the text. For the bottom line, based on what my goals are set for the month. Like I set real live numbers. Yes, I'm servicing people, but they each equate to a dollar amount that I know I have a goal. So I know at minimum, they need to buy from between $99 and $2,500 when we get on the phone. And which package serves them best is what they should get. Of course, I know what they need, but people got budgetary things. But at the end of the month, I know the numbers do work. I did it for corporate. It's like, just like you said, if you do 40 calls and you can schedule 10 and you can have a high closing ratio, that's something that you can repeat.
And that's where we start to build a business.
Yes. That's where you start to build a business. And then if you really get down in it, you can set up your automation so the people who said no can still get information from you without being salesy. You can send them a tip of the day. There's lots of things you can do to keep nurturing the people that technically said no.
Yes, I actually teach a workshop on that. And it's called, drum roll please, What to Say When They Say No. And having an SOP for that. I wish I could tell you I had a secret formula where everyone would tell you yes. I might be too busy getting an extra mojito on a beach somewhere if that was the case. But there's a plan for when people say no. And most of the time, as long as they're the right person,
Mhm.
most of the time it really just means later.
Yeah, that's what I found too. Most people, 10 out of 10, if training was free, they would sign up.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's just where do they see the value based on the way I present the product? Because no, I'm not coming to you, getting you out of bed, making you do your workout. Like that's not. I would, but that's a premium. it's
That's a premium service.
a premium service. You want me 5 days a week like the celebrities do? And I have a friend that is a celebrity, and there's still ways around it that it doesn't have to be done that way.
Huh.
So, you know,
That's dope.
but that's typically where the no comes is that what they think they want and how much it costs is not aligned.
What do they say? Champagne tastes on a beer
Oh,
budget.
oh yes. The one thing I get all the time is, oh, I just think I need someone in person. And I go, great. The in-person price is, and they're like, and I'm like, or there's other solutions to said problem, pain point. Would you like to know the alternative answer?
Okay, wait, let's go back. So I tell you, Natasha, I can't do this online stuff. I need somebody in person, and it's up here. My expectations are down here. It's up here. What kind of responses do you usually get?
Oh, I definitely get. You mean after they tell me they have to do in person?
Okay, so they tell you have to do in person. You tell them the in person investment.
Mm-hmm.
What do they say?
Usually they go, "Oh wow, it's okay." And I said, "Well, if you don't go with me, if you go to with a new trainer, because you figure I have 24 years experience, so the price is the price. But if you go to a new trainer, minimum it should still be this, and then I still show them the program that fits. That's probably still less and more valuable than what that one time a week in person trainer is.
That's good education. I love that.
Yeah, because the industry standard is what it is. But I mean, if you go to a $20 trainer, you're gonna get $20 service.
Maybe
So
they show
it,
up.
if they don't injure you and give you
Ooh,
thrombosis on the first session, because that happens, you know. So those are the things that I try to educate them with our program. We have an app, so they get they get their macronutrients, they get their exactly what workout they're going to do every single day. They get support on days that they're not with their trainer. So that's the part, and then the accountability is what they really need. But most people can't afford accountability 5 days a week in person. So our program mixes that up and says, but here's a solution because through COVID, we've seen it happen.
so check this out. I really love how you described that. You need to clip that right there.
Okay.
It's not just an exercise program because any let me be polite. Anybody can give you an exercise. The difference that you need to understand is we're helping your inside and out, right?
Yeah. Yes.
With the recipes, with the nutrients tracking, we're making sure you don't get injured, and we're holding you accountable. So when we talk about holistic, what does HLS stand for?
Healthy Lifestyle Collective.
When we talk about holistic approach, it's your lifestyle. It's not just your body. We just don't want your body to be healthy or to even look healthy because you've run into that before, right? They
Mm-hmm.
look good, but they don't feel good.
Right.
We want all of you to be well. So check this out. If you want to live a healthier lifestyle, I want you to check out HLSfit.com.
Yes.
Visit HLSfit.com. Get the accountability you need to actually have a transformation from the inside out.
Yes. And longevity and vitality and things that will stay with you and you can teach to your family and children.
I love it. I love it. That's going to be, we're going to put in some sponsor spots in there. That's
Yeah.
the first one.
Exactly.
No, but I love that. That's something that's so important for me where I created my business is New Skills New You. The most requested service is sales programs. What happens most of the time is they need discipline, they need clarity, they need confidence, which isn't purely a sales related training, but it impacts every area of your business and it impacts every area of your life. That's why I think we vibe so well as we recognize I can't just change one part.
Right. Right. So when you started your business and the excitement faded, then what?
Oh man, it got old so fast.
It got old.
So fast. I was like, man, the biggest challenge for me, especially when I started coaching, was when you would tell people, they would ask you, it's not even I just volunteered, they paid me for XYZ. And then I helped them with XYZ, and then they did 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, it's right here.
Right, I gave you the
Um,
answer, open book test.
so I actually had to start charging more.
Oh, is that why you
Um,
went up?
I had to,
Mm-hmm.
because people were not executing, and it was making me look bad. Because
Mm-hmm.
people are like, oh yeah, I work with Bruce, I ain't getting any results. Well, yeah, you didn't do what you were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I had to charge more because it held them accountable. I said, man, I paid this money, I need it back. And I would say if I had 20 clients, 19 of them saw um, positive ROI. There was one, and still to this day, the most valuable learning lesson, where we just did not talk to enough people fast enough. We just
Mm.
didn't. There were some life things going on that also undermined the business. So I can't take responsibility for that, but I learned a lot. So I'm pretty happy with the 95% success rate. And again, it was from people that executed. One of my favorite stories, I spent 15 minutes on the phone with a friend of mine. Shout out to Erica. Testimonials on the webpage or on the YouTube, New Skills, New You. And 15 minutes on the phone with her. She called me back an hour later. She was like, he signed. And I was like, he signed what? She signed a 5-figure deal off a 15-minute conversation. And I just taught her to ask better questions. So I love those stories. I'm like, yes, that's the best 15 minutes you ever going to spend, right?
Yeah.
But it takes execution. It takes a discipline. And it takes consistency. So to answer your question, eventually, right? What kept me going when I didn't feel like it is I know that I can impact lives for the better. And I know if I follow the process that I teach everyone else, I just follow it for my business, you're going to see results, lives change, businesses impacted, and money made. So that's what keeps me going when I don't feel like I know that it works.
Yep. I feel the same way. Usually if my success rate would be higher if execution had been had. That's
Mm,
one of those things. I'm giving you the answers. Um, Sometimes my clients, they want to give me what they like to do or what they've made up that fits into their life. And I'm going, yeah, but Chick-fil-A is not going to get it done. I'm just going to tell you this straight up. So sometimes it takes some time to get them to comply.
yeah.
It's like, I just need you to comply to the answers. You came to me for the answers, yet you're still maneuvering like you're the expert. And then as far as execution, I've made it very simple where just check the boxes and just do it. But people won't just do it sometimes, and it's not incapable, it's unwilling sometimes.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you separate your emotions from their unwillingness? Because I'll be taking it personal.
Oh yeah, no, I've been doing it so long. I learned that decades ago
Okay.
that look, I can't care about everybody. I'm actually not that empathetic in that way
Okay.
about other people's visceral fat or their sleep patterns. Once I'm finished in that moment, I'm like, I taught you how to fish. I need you to go. And then
Hmm.
so like for a long time I'll go out with a friend and like, don't look at my food. I don't care. It's just a level of like I have a knack of I care about you, but I don't care about what you're not doing to make yourself better once we finish that conversation. Once we finish that coaching session, once we finish that training session, I just have to leave it where I left it.
Okay. I
And
gotta
it's
work on that. I don't accept excuses, so I've gotten there,
uh
but I still want to see folks win because I know what these skills have done for my life, and I
uh-huh.
want it to change other people's lives. I mean, I've helped people get jobs and sell businesses and start businesses, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. And so, I go into every conversation like, if you do this, it'll change your life,
Yeah.
and they don't see it, and that's the part that haunts me. I'm like,
Because they don't see. Well, think about it this way. We deal with some high-end executives. We deal with people who have been good at something before they got to us. And because they're so intelligent, they're good at convincing themselves what to do, even when it's wrong. It's like the lawyer that knows that this
the
person is
smartest
mad.
people are the toughest to
Yes,
coach. Yeah.
yes. So most of the clients that I have are usually the smartest in the room when they leave me. So I almost expect the pushback. I've even signed people and I said, hey, so when you sign up with me, I don't want you to listen to they anymore, because they'll always hit you with they said they're on TikTok, or my homegirl is walking every day. They'll find all the other things. And I'm like, yeah, but you pay the expert to give you a custom program. So they should just do what you do.
That's it. That's why you're like, well, there's a lot of online trainers. First of all, she's not an online trainer. And second, we're not saying this is the only way. The value add is she's going to find the best way for you.
For you.
That's the value add. That's the competitive advantage. That's the reason why.
Exactly. Like some people will wake up at 5 a.m. Some people wake up at 10. That doesn't mean stop eating before 7, because you may be up until midnight. Like that's a simple one that I tell people that makes it custom. Like, what time do you really open your eyeballs? You'd be surprised how many people get up super early and don't eat anything. Don't nourish your body with anything till for 4 or 5 hours later.
I usually try and do fruit before 12. That's
what time do you wake up?
Not too early, 7.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of hours of brain power that you could be fueled.
Well, that's why I make sure I have a smoothie, 8, 9.
Yeah.
So I might eat a meal at noon, but again, this is not an advice. This what works for Bruce. Oh, you beat me to it. Right? Disclaimer.
This is custom for Bruce's lifestyle.
But my point is, I try not to go, because if you wake up at 7 and go till noon, that's not 5 hours. That's 5 hours plus whatever you were asleep.
Yes.
And that's what people miss. But tap in. HL. Hold on, I'm gonna put it back on here just in case you forgot.
Yes.
I got the power now.
To bring it together. No, I love that you have the power now. Push the buttons, do the thing, do the give me all of it.
Yeah, that's coming next. We're gonna have sound effects, everything in this.
I'm not good at multitasking in that regard. But yeah, and the reason why we kind of end up at this fitness portion of it is I do see that people who are consistent in their wellness, they are consistent in their business. They typically can make that skill set transcend into different parts of their lives that make them successful. Yeah?
Okay. We'll wrap up right here. This is a perfect alley-oop. I've done this over and over again. 2014, my best friend calls me up. It's December. He says, Bruce, we're going to read 12 books next year. I'm like, 12 books? That's a lot of books, right? And I said, okay. So I picked up my 12 books, and I remember I was bored. It's Christmas break. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just hanging out at my parents' house. So I started reading Think and Grow Rich. Actually, this is perfect. There we go. And it was really intriguing to me. I actually finished it. I was like, oh man, New Year's is coming up. I got to pick a 12th book since I'd already read a book. And then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. If I read one book in 1 week, hypothetically, I could read 52 books in a year. I'm like, what would happen if I read 52 books in a year? Now, before you say you're too busy or, well, Bruce, I got kids, I got jobs, I got school. At average, let's just pull this one. Let's just use this one, okay? This one's got 300 pages. Perfect. There's 30 days in a month. All you have to do is read 10 pages a day.
Yep.
Just 10. 10 pages a day. That's 1 book a month. That's 12 in a year. The average American after high school reads 0.8 books a year. So that either means A, they're starting books and not finishing them, or it takes them 5 years to read 4 books. Somebody check my math. So all I'm telling you is not even about the books. What can you take 10-minute slices of each day? Is it push-ups, sit-ups, stresses? Is it meal prep? Is it reading a book? Is it learning a language? Is it practicing an instrument? And do that every single day for a year. That discipline is going to impact every area of your life. And what I found when I was disciplined about reading every single day, I made my calls every single day. I exercised 4 times a week. That discipline spilled over into every area of their lives. And that's a habit. You can tell how much I read is how successful I am in other areas of my life. When that goes down, level of success goes down, revenue goes down. So when we say discipline is quiet, it's maybe these days, I don't know, there's like a book talk. You can watch me read live. I don't know. But the success happens because of the things you do that nobody saw.
Exactly. That's it.
That's the message, yo.
That's the message. So thank you guys for tuning in. Success is loud. Discipline is quiet is what we discuss. And we are the business cousins for now.
Right. Name update coming soon.
Yes.
All right. Cheers to your success, y'all. We'll catch you next week.
Catch you next week.